From the Mount Pleasant Wild Wings shutting down to the latest holiday events, I sit down one-on-one with Christian Senger, aka Holy City Center, for a special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. Christian Senger.
Quintin, Washington.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm busy as always.
I hear you.
And talk about busy, you've had a lot to say as far as content for holycitycenter.com.
Of course.
And the big story around town right now is that the Wild Wing location on Coleman in Mount Pleasant is closing.
Yeah.
When you heard about that news, what headline were you going to write in your mind?
Well, I was kind of surprised. I'm used to hearing businesses close, but usually it's downtown. You're hearing about restaurants and businesses that are in the popular areas that just are, not able to survive anymore for whatever reason. So hearing that a location that's been there, I think they said for 22 years, was going to have to close up shop. They did say indefinitely, but it does seem like it's a permanent close, at least for that location. They did mention they're going to try to open up in other areas around the Charleston, city, but. Yeah, I was definitely surprised to see it because they've been there so long. They're away from the hustle and bustle of downtown, and you don't hear a lot of places outside of the downtown area closing. So shocked, but that's how it goes. A lot of new restaurants come in, a lot of new businesses, and unfortunately that means some longtime stalwarts are gone.
I personally remember that particular location because of the Cougar Ridge Run. So for the past 14 years, I knew about the Wild Wing Cafe location right there.
That's right.
But let me move over to Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow.
Yep.
Obviously, the iconic Turkey Day run, gobble wobble 5K is going to happen down the street here. What can we expect from that from your vantage point?
Business as usual as far as that's concerned, which isn't boring, although business as usual makes it seem like, it's same old. But it's a cool event. Some streets will be closed early in the morning, so people need to be aware of that if they have to travel. But it's always a great event. Running downtown, I'm personally not a runner. But if I were to ever get back into it, this is the type of race I would like to do. Being on the peninsula, seeing all the awesome, beautiful homes south of Broad, and all the familiar businesses. It's a great race. People love it. Plus, of course, people are in costumes a lot. You see a lot of turkeys and pilgrims and things out there. So, I expect it to be business as usual, which is great. It's fun. People look forward to it every year, and for good reason.
And you talk about good reason. Let me talk to you about Buy Local.
Mm-hmm.
Low Country Local First is going to have that.
Yeah.
And obviously Small Business Saturday is coming up this Saturday. Mm-hmm. What can we expect from the Charleston vantage point?
Charleston's always really good about supporting local, as you were well aware, and in all sorts of industries and even just the general public. But I hope people pay attention, although, they're always supporting local businesses. The great thing about the Buy Local month from Low Country Local First is not only are they trying to get word out in the community that maybe people that don't realize how much they're spending on big corporate places and not mom and pop type shops, but they're also trying to get people who are already supporting local to just shift it a little bit more around the holidays. Just trying to draw attention that, hey, while you're out there buying presents for people for Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever, that there's lots of local businesses that maybe you could buy a similar product from. And the reason that you want to do that is, I forget the exact percentage, but it's something along the lines of 45% of the dollar that you spend comes back into the community, which then in turn will help you down the road for however because wherever those dollars go, anytime it comes back into the community you live, you're helping build up the area that you're in. So I hope people pay attention to that. I hope people realize it's more than just what may seem obvious. There's a lot of restaurants that work with local fisheries and shrimpers and farmers, and some that don't. So this is a good way to support the restaurants and really dive in. Low Country Local First has a lot of guides and other resources for you to use on their website, so you can see hey, where should we eat tonight? Well, I have a few restaurants in mind. Let's see, this one actually works with several local farmers and shrimpers, and this one doesn't, or at least is not on the list. We should probably go to that one. It's just a great way to really, when you get kind of crazy around the holidays and you're shopping, you kind of forget about focusing on some of those smaller businesses. It's just a great way for Charleston residents to stay focused on that.
You talk about holidays, you talk about residents. I gotta take you to the James Allen County Park.
Yeah.
The holiday festival of lights is going on until January 1st.
That's right.
this year, what can we expect from the Charleston County Parks and Recreation Commission?
Millions of lights, always so many for the holidays, for the Festival of Lights. That event, kind of like the Gobble Wobble, will be business as usual, the things you expect. But, it's only once a year, so it's always special to go there. Everybody always thinks about the lights, when you go, and that's like the big draw. But a lot of people forget that you can get out of your car at one point, and there's a lot to see in the park. There's a chance that you can see Santa and Mrs. Claus. There's the sand sculptures they do every year. There's artwork from students throughout the Low Country. Shopping that you can do, food. There's fire pits. There's so much to do. People kind of forget about the festival. Not forget about it, but they don't really plan to go there because they're like, I feel like I've done it. This is now the 29th year it's been here. But to me, it's always a little special and fun to do at least once a year for that reason, because there are those little things that you can do besides just driving around and seeing the lights. There's always something new that they're adding each year. So get out of your car, go enjoy it.
Hey, let me stay on James Island because obviously the Wild Blue Ropes has something significant. Talk to me more about that.
So they've got, today actually, they've got the Make Room for Turkey celebration. So for people like me who maybe should try to be preemptive and knock down a couple pounds. And also, a lot they spun it as well as people have a lot of family in town. So maybe they're getting a little stir crazy, looking for something to do. And the weather, we may complain that it's a little cold now and then, but this is really nice to be. If you're looking at other parts of the country, this is really good weather, and people can get out of the house and do something active. We have great food here, but you're going to be eating lots of it. So Wild Blue Ropes has that promotion right now, where you can go and just kind of work out. And after the holidays, they'll be open as well, so you can knock off some of those pounds.
Well, you talk about being active. I got to talk to you about the pub crawl.
Yes, yeah, this is kind of the opposite.
Yes.
You'll still be walking at times, but you'll also be eating and drinking.
Right.
The original pub tours of Charleston, starting on November 24th, and then that actually goes all the way to January 10th. Excuse me. Every single day at 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. they run tours. The really cool thing about them is they were in place before there were some changes to the tour requirements. So, all their tour guides are, these are legit folks who know the facts. When they had to take the test to be a tour company in town. So not only are you going and enjoying food and drinks and seeing some spots around town that maybe you don't always get to, but they also will have some fun stories and facts to share about the city, about the holidays related to the city, and some of the bars and restaurants that they visit. So you're learning while having fun, which is kind of like Charleston wrapped in one. It's history and food and drinks and a mix of old and new, which I think Charleston does really well. So a lot of fun, and like I said, they not only do a good job because they are giving these facts and have been they've taken those tests and everything before the changes, but also what they do a good job of is giving back. So some proceeds from these tours will actually go back to the MUSC Children's Hospital, which you gotta love as well.
Absolutely, Sean Jenkins and MUSC Children's
That's
Hospital.
right.
So tell me something else that I don't know.
You know everything, Quintin. You know just as much as I do. When it comes to Charleston stuff. Charleston has a lot of cool post-holiday events if people are looking for them. There's going to be a bunch of markets where people can shop for gifts from local vendors and artisans. So again, supporting local, but also a super unique gift is, if someone's an artist or a vendor in town, those are things you might not be able to get anywhere else, and your family and friends will appreciate that. There's a lot of those, it'll be on the Holy City Center calendar. There's also, if you want to see a show, you don't want to just shop, you don't want to just eat. A Motown Christmas is coming to the Music Hall on November 26th. It's a bunch of musicians that are actually former members of some popular groups, from the heyday of like Motown. So the Capitals, the Miracles, and the Temptations. Not the full groups, but some members who have spent time in those groups. They'll be there to perform, which is pretty great. There will also be Christmas tree lightings. There's the Light the Lake at Colonial Lake, where they'll have the tree out there that they'll light up. Somerville has their downtown Christmas tree lighting, or Charleston has theirs. And another one that's another event that's kind of off. It's not really a Christmassy event or a holiday event, but I think will be a lot of fun. Is coming up on the 29th. The Citadel is playing Charleston Southern in football. Game got postponed due to one of the hurricanes that that we had poor weather from. So they're going to play at 7, but if you have a game ticket, you have access to an oyster roast that they're going to be doing inside the stadium, which they've never done before. So you can go in as early as 5:30, and then in the it's kind of that upper area. I forget the official name for like terrace. I think is what they call it, the terrace view. On the home side, you can go up there. And it's free access. You obviously have to pay for the oysters and things, but $10 bucket of oysters. They'll also have chili and adult beverages for adults. And so you can get in there early, enjoy some good food, warm up a little bit while you're waiting for the game, and then it kicks off at 7, and they'll still have food and drinks during the game. So really cool. Again, just if you have family in town, or even if you don't, just a nice break from the holiday stuff, because there is that crush of holiday events and you're always thinking, okay, what do I have to do that's related to shopping? This is a good way to just kind of relax and enjoy another fall winter activity, which is football and oyster roast.
That's true.
That's right.
So exciting. Well, Christian Senger, aka Holy City Senger, thank you so much for your time and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, you too, Quintin.
I appreciate it greatly. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.